What up, Cooks? It's your boy, The Hater, and I'm feeling festive, so I thought I'd do another video today. Now, before I get started, I just want to tell you guys about something. One of my friends got some sort of promotion, and he offered it to me. I got $200 in my Amazon account as a result of it, which I used to buy Christmas presents. Cucks. Now, you can do the same thing. The first 10 people, I should say the first 9 people, because I already took one of them. If you apply for the Amazon gift card, I think, and you use his link, you get $200 instead of like whatever, $50 that they offer you or something. So if you're looking to get a free $200, I figured I'd throw this in there. My friend asked me to talk about it. He's a level 3 friend, so I figured I would. Now, you're probably thinking, Hater, why are you just revealing that he's a level 3 friend? Doesn't he listen? No, he doesn't. Nobody knows about the Hater except for the Hater. He just knows that I have a YouTube channel. Cucks. Now, with that being said, get yourself, the first 9 of you that apply for the credit card, which will take like 20 seconds, you get $20 deposited to your Amazon account immediately. I personally did it. It took like 5 seconds. I got $200. I'm never going to use the gift card myself. I mean, the credit card myself because, you know, why would I, right? I just did it for the 200 free bucks. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, and, you know, it's like a hit on your credit score by like 1 point or 3 points or something. So I would suggest that you guys do it. But now let's move on to the topic at hand, which is CM Punk, right? He's back. But doesn't it feel, guys, doesn't it already feel like the return is a flop, right? Like it's been 1 full week. And doesn't it feel like the buzz has already died down? Like automatically, people switched and they're like, oh, is AJ Lee coming back? Because quite frankly, the return of CM Punk is so played out that nobody really seems to be interested anymore, right? At this point, the return of AJ Lee and perhaps having AJ Lee and CM Punk versus, you know, Rollins and Becky Lynch is more compelling to a lot of people than just CM Punk coming back by himself, right? The truth of the matter is that CM Punk is a hypocrite, like I said in my previous video, and I think that a lot of the fans now completely agree, and they just see it, they get it, right? So it's like, nobody really cares. I mean, what else is there left to be excited about? I mean, you could make the argument about his in-ring return, but that's not really that interesting either because we just saw him wrestle a few months ago on AEW, right? So it's like, we know what he does in the ring. He's not going to have new moves. He's not going to do anything interesting, right? So it's like, what is the purpose of CM Punk being around right now, you know? I don't really understand it myself, but I will say this. It does feel like people have already moved on, you know what I'm saying? And personally, again, in my opinion only, Cucks, the truth is that if you debut this close, quote-unquote, to WrestleMania season, now, I know you're thinking, Hater, it's not close to WrestleMania, we have like 5 months. I agree. But the point is, it's around that time when WrestleMania discussions start shaping up, right? If you come back this close to it, you better get a good match. Now, because there's like 35 matches at WrestleMania weekend, chances are he will get a good match. But he also has to either perform well in that good match or perform well until that good match, or that should be his return match, right? He doesn't do anything until then, and then he performs well when he returns. That's a viable option. Now, what I'm thinking, though, here is this, right? What is he going to do for the next few months, right? Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, let's just say that CM Punk is going to be feuding with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Let's just accept that as a reality, right? What is he going to do from this point until that point, right? What's he going to do? He's going to have a feud with Nakamura? Nobody cares, right? It doesn't even matter who he feuds with because the truth is that no matter who he feuds with, he's going to win, right? He's going to get that like return boost, right, where he comes back and he just beats everybody. And then what's going to happen, right? Meanwhile, in the Seth Rollins title, whatever, the World Heavyweight title, it's going to be Rollins versus Jey Uso? You know what I mean? Like, that's the title he's going after? No. There can only be one. WWE can add 19 world titles, but there is only one. There's always been only one. You can make an argument from when Batista was champion and John Cena was champion. You can make the argument that Batista was a bit more legit, right? But it's typically the champion on Raw until recently when it's been the champion on SmackDown, Roman Reigns. And then eventually when he became like the champion of WWE in totality, Roman Reigns, right? There's been a few scenarios where the SmackDown title has meant more, but generally it's the Raw title. But this title feels, in my personal opinion, like a mid-card title. As a matter of fact, people who are clamoring for Gunther to win the Royal Rumble and, you know, therefore become like the next big thing. Let's just say that Gunther does, right? If he's not challenging Roman Reigns, this is completely meaningless, right? The Seth Rollins world title is meaningless. Jey Uso is challenging for it. Seriously. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, hey, Jey Uso challenged Roman Reigns several times. Yeah, it's not the same, right? That's because that has a built-in storyline. Jey Uso all of a sudden being treated as a main eventer is just laughable. It's like there's another one just like him who's teaming with Sol Sikoa and doing absolutely nothing, right? So it's like, what the fuck? Like, what makes him so great? But that's neither here nor there. This video is about CM Punk. And the fact of the matter is, CM Punk is going to need to be feuding with people who are either in the upper mid-card, like Nakamura. I mean, I guess we can call him an upper mid-carder. He was feuding with the world champion, quote-unquote, for the longest time. He's not going to go after the Intercontinental title, right? Even though I'm sure some people would like that. He's going to be feuding against, like, the Cody Rhodeses. He's going to be feuding against Jey Uso. I don't know, something along those lines, right? So it's like, does that compel anybody? Does that excite anybody? Is there anybody out there that's thinking, man, like, it sucks that Cody Rhodes left AEW before CM Punk came because then we would have gotten the dream match of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. No one's thinking that, motherfucks. No one is thinking that at all. In fact, people are probably thinking the opposite. They're thinking, oh my God, now we have to tolerate both Cody Rhodes and CM Punk on the same card, possibly on the same night? You know what I mean? What is going to happen at this WrestleMania? Something big needs to happen. Meanwhile, we have Randy Orton, who, according to Rhea Ripley and according to common sense and logical convention, his return has been overshadowed by CM Punk. I don't know how he agreed to this, right? He should have put his foot down and said, what? How about we do this instead? CM Punk debuts, or comes back rather. I come in there, I just punch him in the face, I punt him in the head, and that's it. He goes away for another 9 months. That should have been Randy Orton's counter offer when they said, oh, CM Punk's going to come, if they even told him anything, right? I know it's not up to him, but you understand what I'm saying, cucks. The point is, why are you going to bring both these guys in at the same time? They really are presenting CM Punk as the big deal that he isn't, right? And this is going to fall badly. When the chips fall, when the dust settles, it's not going to end well for anybody, in my opinion. This is going to be, they might make some money from t-shirt sales because the neckbeards get excited about everything, but he's not going to move the needle at all, right? If he did on the last Raw, that's it. It's not happening again, right? Randy Orton's already being put on SmackDown where he can actually go and wrestle like real wrestlers, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe a better thing would be to have like Rollins versus somebody else, even Gunther, I don't care, right? Have Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, because at least it's like, all right, you get rid of both of them in one match. You can just skip one match and get over it. And then have like Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Like, we need a real main event. Like, I understand that people want certain things to happen, but this is WrestleMania 40. So something big needs to happen, right? It's getting to the point now, and again, I know we're far from WrestleMania. It's getting to the point now where I'm starting to think that the best option is for Roman Reigns to win again. You know what I mean? There's nobody that is worth, like, pushing at this point, right? Cody Rhodes, we already did that last year. Nobody would see that again, I don't think, right? Randy Orton is the closest thing to a full-timer that we have that could, like, dethrone Roman Reigns, and it would be, like, somewhat acceptable. But then beyond that, it's a bunch of jobbers. LA Knight, as far as I'm concerned, that shit's over. You know what I mean? It's done. He had his moment. Now back to feuding with Grayson Waller. That's really all there is to it, right? We've got that. Then we've got CM Punk, which in my opinion, just like, you can't make CM Punk main event WrestleMania 40. You just can't do that. That's just bad news, right? And then you've got Cody Rhodes, because we've already established that would be dumb doing that again. So who's left, right? We have The Rock. Like, we have to hope for The Rock to come back to give us a moment. And if The Rock comes back, that's good and bad. It's mostly bad if you ask me, because of course The Rock is not going to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Of course Reigns is going to win, right? The only hope we have is John Cena. I don't see that happening very much, but that's it. Or maybe, like, if they want to bring back Undertaker or something and finally do what I've been saying, which is Taker, Lesnar, Reigns, WrestleMania main event. Taker pins them both clean, avenges his losses, and rides off into the sunset forever. But these are all very big speculative things, right? The truth is, it's much more likely that it'll be Cody Rhodes or VM Punk, Vanilla Midget Punk. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, what is there to look forward to? As far as I'm concerned, CM Punk, it feels like he's never left, in the sense that the hype is already done, right? Now we're just waiting for him to do the next thing, which is going to be have his mandatory Nakamura match, his mandatory return Nakamura match, right? Beat him. And that's like, if Dolph Ziggler was around, like, you know for a fact that next Monday it would be CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler in a meaningless throwaway match, right? He's going to wrestle someone of that caliber, some gatekeeper-esque wrestler, and that's going to be that, cucks. That's going to be that. Nobody else cares about CM Punk coming back. That's why we're already talking about AJ Lee and, things like that. And what implications could there be? Maybe that's the main event match. Becky Lynch and Rollins versus the two of them in some weird match, but then you'd have to either put the title on the line or Rollins can't be champion or something, right? It's just really, really, things are just bad, motherfuckers. Things are just bad, and CM Punk is not the cure to this. He's not the panacea, if you will, to this. Now, before you forget, click on the link, help my boy out. You don't really help me out, but you help me out by being a good friend, I guess. So help your boy out by helping his boy out and get yourself $20 on Amazon. Beware, don't abuse credit cards, cucks. That should be another lesson for another video. Be careful, they'll get you something to dead. Cuckolds!